Now listen, I know before we get into this video, I gotta give a big shout out to Ridge, baby. Yes, Ridge, the amazing inventors of the streamlined minimalistic industrial wallet. Doesn't look like a wallet, does it? Yeah, I know. It took me a while too, guys. I know a lot of you are probably just like me at first and you're like, I don't know about that. That doesn't look like a wallet. I don't think I'm going to fit everything from my wallet in it. That's because you've got a wallet from 1975, guys. In fact, maybe 1875. Don't feel bad. I was in your shoes too. I had a big fat wallet full of a bunch of unnecessary crap in my back pocket that killed my hips and my rump when I was taking a road trip. Always having to pull that big fat. I don't even have it to compare. I don't even have that to show you anymore because I've been using the Ridge for over a year now. This is my newest favorite, the burnt titanium. They've got so many colors and options and different designs to choose from. 30,000 people have left 5-star reviews. You don't have to listen. Don't even believe me. You could just disregard me altogether. 30,000 other people said the Ridge is phenomenal. Guys, just open up your wallet. Look in it right now. What do you got in there? What do you got? You probably got receipts from 10 years ago in there. Key cards to hotel rooms, maybe, that, you know, occasionally you pop out and go, boy, I remember that. Yeah. You don't need it, man. You don't need it. Get rid of it and treat yourself to a new front pocket wallet. That's right, front pocket. It's as simple as this. Look, don't be looking down there. Look right here. Just drop it right here, man. Boom. That's it. No more pain in the rump. It's got a little cutout right here. You just push it. Look at that. Cards come right out. You can fan through whatever you need when you're done. Boom. Money clip in the back. Lifetime warranty. 45 days. Try it. Give it a test drive. If you don't like it, give it back. Get your refund, man. 45 days. Nobody's offering that. Nobody's going to offer you a lifetime warranty. You can literally buy one of these wallets. You could own it for the rest of your life. Hey, I'm not just saying this because they're today's sponsor. I'm not. I love this product. Like, I thought I could not live without my wallet because I couldn't fit all that crap into this one. And I was right. I couldn't fit all my crap in this one. And that's when I learned I didn't need all that stuff, man. You only need the basics. Why make things more complicated? Keep your driver's license, your money, the cards. It'll hold up to 12 cards. Occasionally, you may be able to squeeze one or two more in there. I don't recommend it, but I love my Ridge wallet. So if you want to pick one up, Father's Day is coming, ladies. In case there's any ladies watching this and you got a man or something. Hey, Father's Day. Men love the Ridge wallet for Father's Day. Hey, guys, drop your lady a link. Be like, hey, babe, this would be a great Father's Day present. Come on now. 10% off if you use my code. Free shipping worldwide, guys. So visit www.ridge.com/AAR. Use code AAR for your 10% off and free shipping. You can't beat it, guys. Like I said, Father's Day is right around the corner. This is what men want, ladies. Hint, hint. Give your man something he can actually use. Save his rear end from being a pain. Never mind. I was going to say, ladies, being a pain, and you could help save the pain by buying it. Yeah. Anyway, use that link down below, guys. Comments and in the description below. www.ridge.com/AAR. Let's get to this video. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we are talking about the E39, the 1997 BMW 528i. I know you've seen it kind of in a few of my recent video shots with its new fresh paint job from Maaco that costs $650. But today I'm going to go ahead and show you the car, and we're going to get into what we're doing next with it. So here she is, fresh out of paint from Maaco. I've had it back for about a week now. So we changed the color to a BMW stock color, which is something like silver gray metallic. It's a color that I saw down at the Auto Spa LLC. Brian owns an M3 and it was painted this very color. I love the color so much that I decided to put it on the E39. So as you can see, the paint came out decent, but I am a little disappointed with how it laid down. You can see some, it's not tiger stripes, and you have to really look close at it, but you can definitely see some splotchiness in the paint job up there, over there. Lots of splotchiness throughout the paint, and that splotchiness is actually the old color black that this car used to be. I don't know if you can see it at a better angle from here, but I can clearly see it. Now, when I first got the car back, I thought it was actually the reflection of the clouds in the metallic paint because it was a cloudy day. However, it's a very sunny day. I've had plenty of time to look over this, and there are just splotches throughout the entire paint job of the old black color shining through the new paint. So unfortunately, I'm not happy with this paint job, but at this point, it is what it is. I'm not going to take it back. I'm not going to wait another 2 or so weeks to have the car redone. That's the way it goes. Sometimes you get a good job done. Sometimes they don't do such a good job. It's kind of luck of the draw. But again, not upset about it. We're going to continue on with this car. So where were we? We were getting ready to, let's see, we got the new tires on. We got the center caps that I ordered from Germany for the AC Schnitzer wheels. And overall, though, stand back a couple feet. If you stand right up on it, yeah, it's kind of frustrating. But if you stand back a couple feet, it looks good. It actually looks really good, considering where this car came from at the auction for like 175 bucks. It came out okay. Now, the next step for this car, and I'm going to show you the door jambs, but the next step for this car was taking it to get the windshield replaced. I don't know how well you can see it, but the windshield is cracked from one side to another. I'm not going to send a car down to Weird Beard needing a bunch of crap done. You know, I'm just not going to do that. And then the next step were these back windows. The regulators are bad in both of them, and the windows like to kind of go up and down on their own. So I've ordered the regulators. They're back here. And they weren't expensive. I think they were like 40 or 50 bucks for a pair of them from Amazon. So I got both of the back regulators there ready to go. So why aren't we getting anything else done to it? I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to start this thing up. We're going to listen to her run. And you guys can tell me what you think, because I think we have a serious problem, guys. All right, now you remember, right before we sent it to Maaco, we redid the cooling system. That involved a new fan clutch, new radiator, new coolant bottle, new coolant, new water pump, new thermostat, all the associated gaskets, new valve cover gasket because it was leaking like crazy and making a mess. So I just started it up. It's also got a fresh oil change. It idled a little rough. I think the most concerning thing to me is that smoke. Hopefully you can see that smoke kind of dissipating in the distance there. When I first started it up, I got a nice plume of smoke coming out of it. Why does that concern me? Well, it could be possibly leaking valve seals. It could be, in fact, that's what I would probably chalk it up to. If I didn't know any better, I would say probably just leaking valve seals. It's an older car. It's got 149,000 miles on it. No big deal. It's cleared up now. But as I'm standing right here, I smell a sweet smell. And that, to me, says we're looking at possibly a cracked head gasket, a warped head. And it wouldn't surprise me, considering how hot we got this car when we first brought it home. Now there is a possibility that the head gasket was already bad when we bought the car. I'm going to say, though, most likely, if we do have a head gasket issue, it's probably my fault. I'll own that. And this is to show you guys, look, sometimes things go wrong, man. Sometimes things don't always work out the way you want. Now, I'm going to see if I can get you guys back here. I'm going to give it some gas. All right, let's see if you can see any smoke coming out of it. Maybe not. Yeah, there she goes. Not much, just a hint right here. You can see it. Can you see that coming out of the exhaust right there? I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's not bad, but there have been a couple times that it was just a giant plume of smoke that came out of it, and it's enough to have me concerned. Now with that, it's not overheating. I can take it out on a drive and it seems to do all right, but it's got me concerned, guys. I don't want to send something, I don't want to cover something up and send something down the road that someone may spend every dollar they've got on looking for a reliable car and then find out, a month or so later this thing is trash. So, before I can even consider offering it to Weird Beard, I got to make sure it's okay. And if it's not, what are we going to do with it? Another thing, the steering wheel, it's not doing it now, but sometimes it seems like it tries to lock into place. This car, man, look, at the end of the day, it was cheap. It's like 175 bucks. There's no way, well, if anybody can lose money on it, I guarantee you I could. Because when I tell you how much I've got into it, well, you'd be surprised how quickly a $175 car can turn into a $2,500 car. Now, my intention from the beginning was to make it look good, get it cleaned up, and then we flip it. And hopefully we can get a couple grand out of it. But I can tell you right now, even if I got a couple grand out of it, I would still be losing money. And we haven't even gotten into replacing the windshield. We haven't gotten into replacing the rear window regulators yet either. So there is still more money that needs to be spent on this car. And the kicker right here, like make it or break it, is if we continue having this problem out of the exhaust, if we continue seeing white smoke coming out of the exhaust, there is no way we're going to spend any more money on this car. We're going to have to send it down the road. So I'll show you the door jambs real quick so you get an idea of how that turned out. Obviously, you've got that beautiful metallic silver paint on the outside there and here, and then black on the inside right here. On the door jambs in here, you can see nice and silver out here and black on the inside. The tape line, fairly visible. It kind of goes up here, comes down, but overall, I'm happy with it. Because the interior is black anyway, I think the black and silver really goes well together, guys. I like the color. I'm just not overly excited about the splotchy paint job. To me, that's completely unacceptable, and if I had had more time, we probably could have gone further with it. Now, before we sent it to Maaco, we drove it on the highway. In fact, Austin Carr was following me. So we drove this on the interstate at highway speeds. It never smoked. No issues. Now, I want to make this clear. I am not accusing or blaming Maaco at all. I 100% believe that they had nothing to do with what's going on with this. They didn't do anything but paint the car. So just because I know somebody's going to say, oh, no, I don't believe for a minute that Maaco has anything to do with this car having this issue. Not at all. I blame myself. I got it too hot, too many times, and this is what happens, man. This is what happens. What's sad is that it did so good from the time we rebuilt the cooling system, drove it on the highway all the way to Maaco and everything. It did so well. And now to have it exhibiting symptoms similar, if not that of a cracked head or blown head gasket, it really sucks. We put quite a bit of time, money, and work into this car, and it looks like it may be done for. So you know what we're going to do? First thing we're going to do right now is take it down the road, and I want to see how it drives. I want to see if I'm still getting a plume of smoke out of the back. I just want to get I'm going to give the car one more opportunity, guys. One more opportunity to make me believe that it's okay. And if it can't do that, then we are going to dispose of it the best way I know how, which is probably send it back through the auction. I think that's the best thing to do. Take it to Copart, send it through the auction. With it looking this good, I think it'll do well at the auction. Cars are actually going fairly high at the auction right now. It's running well. I don't want to sell this to anybody from the public out here. You know, when you buy at the auction, you already know you don't know what you're getting. You get that? You know that you don't know what you're getting. It's a risk that everybody takes buying at the auction. So let somebody give their best number on it. See what they're willing to risk, and you know, maybe we can turn this into at least a few dollars, recoup some of the money that we're obviously going to lose on this car. So let's take it for a spin. Then we're going to come back. We're going to hook up our diagnostic computer and see what codes we still have for the check engine light. I still have 3 ABS sensors to replace, which I'm not putting another minute into this car as far as work is concerned until I take it out on a drive and make sure it's driving okay. So I decided to take her out around the block, and then hopefully you can see in that mirror right there how bad this smoke is. I'm going to hit the gas. Do you see that plume of smoke back there? Now, for the life of me, I'm having a hard time telling if that is blue smoke or white smoke. In fact, it kind of looks like maybe a combination of both. It is smoking profusely out of the back, guys. I mean, it's like a mosquito mister thing, you know, that the city comes out and fogs over your property. That's bad. That's real bad, man. And the funny thing is, I was going to run a diagnostic on the check engine light, but the check engine light, oh wow, the smoke is filling up the car now. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Yeah, that looks like, guys, I can't tell if that is blue smoke or white smoke. All I know is I can't do that to Weird Beard, man. He's too good of a dude. I can't be like, hey man, I got a great car for you. No, man, we can't do that. And Weird Beard's not going to sell something like this to any of his buyers either. You know, he's a good guy. I'm a good guy. We're not out here trying to rip anybody off, man. I saw that we had a problem, and I decided, you know what, we need to investigate this a little further. Hopefully you can see the temperature gauge is still right in the middle. It's running fine. That's what's crazy to me. It's actually running and driving very well. Like if it wasn't for the giant plume of smoke coming out of the exhaust, you honestly would never know there was anything wrong with it. It runs absolutely great. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to take this any further. It's very obvious that we have a serious problem here. So I'm going to carry it back to the house. I don't think there's any reason to do any further. Oh wow, look at the smoke. What? I don't even know what that smell is, guys. You know what it is? It smells toxic. That's what it is. It smells toxic as hell. It smells like I don't want to be breathing that. And man, she is really, really smoking too. So could we try repairs? Could we try head gasket sealers? Could we try? Yeah, we could, but I'm not going to. You know, we could absolutely try it. But I at that point, I feel like, how do you know it's fixed? How do you know how long it's going to last? Right now, we know it's not okay. I don't want to put this car out there for some family to end up with and get stuck with a problem. I don't want to do it, guys. So I'm going to take this back to the house, and then I guess we can go over what my expectations are and what we're going to do with it next. Well, guys, I think we got it good and pissed off right now, because it is actually smoking quite a bit. I honestly, I'm going to see if I can take you guys back there, and maybe we can take a look at that smoke and get a better idea of it. I don't know. It could be fried rings. It could be a head gasket. Normally, you can tell by the color of the smoke, and normally you can tell by the smell. You can smell when oil's burning. Honestly, guys, I don't know what this smell is. It smells like something's burnt, but I can't tell what. So again, I just want to show you, like, the temperature's fine. Like, everything, it runs perfect. Look, let's give it some. Okay, let's really piss it off. All right, now let's go back here. And now it's not smoking. Are you kidding me? Okay, you can see a little bit of, here we go, right here. To me, this looks like a head gasket, guys. Yeah, this looks like a head gasket. About that smell, I don't know what that smell is. I have no idea what that smell is. Yeah, look how foggy it's getting now. Yeah, look at that. It's not misfiring. It runs perfect. I'm so disappointed. So disappointed, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. It's sad, but at this rate, I'm done, guys. Number one, I'm not going to be doing a head gasket on this car. It's not worth it. It's not worth the money in parts. It's not worth the time. In fact, this car is not worth the money that I have in it currently. I'll go ahead and tell you now, at this current time, with everything, paint, tires, and by the way, all of the parts that I put in to the cooling system, the radiator. Like, these parts were over $600 from FCP Euro. I paid for that out of my own pocket. The tires were $200 and some. By the time you're done, I have around $2,500 in this car. And this is one that I was just destined to lose on from the beginning. I went too far with it because I liked it. I fell in love with the little E39. I honestly thought about keeping it for a while. Why, I don't know. And we all know I'm not going to keep anything, but I considered it. And when I get attached to a car like that, I do stupid things and, you know, spend more money on it than it's worth. So at this point, we have around $2,500 in it. There's no way in hell I'll ever recoup that money. But there is a good possibility, and I think it makes for good video content, to send this thing through the auction, and let's see what it brings. Listen, at an idle, when someone goes and checks it out, it's going to sit there and run great. It drives. I'm not even lying to you guys. It drives great. It steers great. It handles great. It's a good-looking car. This car might fetch $1,500 at the auction, and at that point, I only lose $1,000. I'm not happy about losing $1,000, but sometimes it happens, man. Sometimes it happens. So, you know, as long as you're winning more than you're losing, you're doing all right. So I think we're going to send it to the auction. We'll come back in another video. We can talk about the actual amount invested. I can go over all the numbers, and we can actually see what it sold for. And I think it'll be interesting to actually sell a car through Copart, to put this thing in there. And so last time we did it, we didn't do very well because it was a Mitsubishi Outlander, and it had major rear end damage underneath that I didn't see before I purchased it. The axle was actually bent on that one in the rear. So we didn't fare well on that, but I think this one, I think this is gonna catch a few people's eyes. Stay tuned. I'll post a lot number for any of those of you that may be interested. Hell, maybe you feel like tackling a head gasket yourself. If so, have at it. But I'll give you the lot number if and when we finally get this thing to Copart. We'll come back with another video, and we'll see what it sold for. Man, it's depressing. It's depressing when you go through all the stuff to make a car great for somebody and, you know, it blows up. But at least I can feel good about knowing I'm doing the right thing by not sending it back out to a subscriber, to a, you know, I'm not putting it out there. I'm not going to do that. I can't do that. I wouldn't feel right about it. So we're going to send it back to auction, which honestly is, I think, where it belongs. And maybe the next guy can take over. Heck, maybe you'll see that car on YouTube again someday. It's nobody's fault but my own. Nobody's fault but mine. I should not have driven that car that heated. I was frustrated. It was hot outside. I was aggravated, drenched in sweat. I was just pissed off. And all I want to do is get that car home. And because of that, you know, it is what it is, guys. You can't win them all. But listen, if you guys enjoyed this content, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. I would truly appreciate it. Share this video with your friends. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Auto Auction Rebuilds. Guys, I ain't crying over this car because we are going to move on to the next one. Until next time, everybody, stay safe out there. I'll catch you all very soon in the next one.